You are listening to Small Business Straight Talk with your host, Amber De La Garza. Amber is a sought-after coach, trainer, speaker, and writer who gives small business owners the straight talk on productivity, time management, business systems, leading your teams, strategic decision-making, and mindset. No BS, fluff, or overused jargon. Just actionable strategies to get results and succeed in business. And here is your host, Amber De La Garza, the productivity specialist.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to the Small Business Straight Talk podcast. Today is episode 370, My AI Journey, Overcoming Hesitations, Key Lessons, and Big Benefits. If you're a small business owner who wants to learn effective business strategies, improve time management, and elevate productivity to maximize profits, reduce stress, and make time for what matters most, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you've joined me. Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the AI hype, but unsure if it's worth your time as a small business owner? Or perhaps you're wondering where to even start. I've been exactly where you are, and in today's episode, I'm sharing my real unfiltered experience integrating AI into my business. From my initial hesitations to strategic implementation to the anticipated benefits I am looking forward to. Before we jump into today's episode, I want to invite you to take my Next Level Business Owner quiz. What is more productive than taking a short 3-minute quiz to find out what's most holding you back from taking your business to the next level? And then, once you've identified what is most holding you back, you'll get a personalized playlist from the podcast with specific episodes that address those exact pain points. Seriously, what is more productive than knowing what to focus on and what you don't need to be focusing on right now? With so many resources and information out there, it is crucial to focus on the things that will have the biggest impact in your business. So go take the quiz now. Head on over to amberdelagarza.com/quiz. And now, let's get to the straight talk. When was the last time you felt truly overwhelmed by a new technology that everyone seemed to be talking about? If you're like me, that is exactly how you might be feeling about AI right now. I've spent the last several months diving deep into artificial intelligence, aka AI. Not as some tech expert, but as a business owner just like you, trying to figure out if this is really worth my time and attention. Today, I'm pulling back the curtains on my real experience integrating AI into my business. No, not the polished, everything went perfectly version, but the messy, sometimes frustrating, ultimately rewarding journey. I'm sharing my initial fears, what I've learned through the trial and errors, and why, despite the challenges, I believe this is something worth pursuing for your business. Whether you've been hesitant to even try AI tools, or you've dabbled but haven't seen the results you hoped for, this episode is my honest take on what it really takes to bring this technology into a small business. I'm going to walk you through my journey from hesitations to strategic implementation through the frustrating learning curve to the real benefits that I am going to be seeing in the business. And finally, practical advice to help you get started wherever you are. So let's cut through the hype and talk about what AI integration actually looks like for small business owners like us. Before I share how I'm currently using AI in my business, I want to be completely transparent about where I started. Like many of you, I wasn't immediately ready to jump in on the AI bandwagon. Let me walk you through the hesitations I had when considering bringing AI into my business. First, information overload. I felt overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information out there about AI. Every time I tried to research where to begin, I was flooded with tutorials and videos and definitely conflicting recommendations. Next, rapid obsolescence of knowledge. Another intimidating factor was knowing that technology evolves so quickly that what I learned today could feel outdated tomorrow. I worried about continuously investing time just to stay current. Concerns about data privacy. Initially, I worried AI might steal or misuse my intellectual property or personal business data. I was hesitant to trust it fully, which made me cautious about integrating it into my business. Next, fear of cookie cutter content. This was a real one. As a productivity expert with my own methodologies and insights, I was concerned AI might produce generic, recycled advice that didn't align with my unique voice, undermining my expertise that I had worked so hard to establish. Next, feeling like AI was a cheat code. I struggled with the belief that using AI felt little like cheating, as if somehow relying on AI tools undermined my authenticity or integrity as a business coach. Did someone say mindset triggers? Next, worrying about perceived value of AI-assisted work. I also had concerns about how my listeners and clients would perceive the value of my work if they knew I was using AI. Would they see it as less personal or perhaps less valuable? How about uncertainty about cost versus ROI? This was a big one as I value my time and I value my team's time. I wasn't sure if the cost, both financially and in terms of time, would deliver clear value back to my business. And I think the pursuit of any kind of project like this, we should be looking at cost versus ROI. Integration complexity. I was also worried about how complicated it would be to integrate AI smoothly into my current workflows without major disruption. Do any of these hesitations sound familiar to you? Tell me I'm not alone. Which of these concerns has been holding you back from exploring AI in your business? Those hesitations were real. And if you're feeling some of them too, I want you to know that it's completely normal. And while normal, I didn't let those concerns stop me from moving forward. Instead, I developed a strategic approach to integrating AI that addressed those concerns while maximizing the potential benefits. Here's exactly how I'm approaching AI integration into my business. First, learning before implementing. I took an online AI course for business leaders to learn the fundamentals of AI. Then, joined an online business owner AI community to further my knowledge and discover what was possible. Next, creating a strategic parking lot. While learning, I took notes and created a Google Sheet named AI Implementation Parking Lot to keep a record of all the places and ways I wanted to implement AI into the business. This really let me focus and have that creativity while I was learning to grab and capture those ideas. Next, prioritizing for maximum impact. I prioritized my AI implementation parking lot and decided to start with marketing, specifically podcasting, and even more specifically, content creation for solo podcasts. Next, strategic selection based on ROI. My decision to begin with podcasting was calculated for specific reasons. It was where my team and I invest the most amount of time other than coaching clients. My hope was that I would have the greatest ROI. It is my primary lead generator in the business, which means it is closest to the dollar, other than my high-value activity of coaching my clients. Next, building on established systems. We had a well-documented process that has been battle-tested over the last 8 years, and I believed I could fully integrate AI in phases without disrupting the entire process. And then next, training AI on my unique content. I began by having AI analyze the content I already produced over the last 10 plus years. Podcasting, blogs, weekly emails, website, client case studies, sales page copy, testimonials, and reviews. Leveraging multiple AI tools. I'm currently experimenting with ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and Gemini to determine which tools work best for different aspects of my business process. And lastly, creating authenticity through data. I knew that uploading all of those custom assets I have created over the last decade would help inform AI on how to best collaborate with me and produce content that is authentic to my voice, tone, knowledge, branding, messaging, experience, and point of view that I could then expand upon. Having a structured approach was essential, but the real learning happened when I actually started implementing. As with any new business system or tool, there were definitely some unexpected challenges and valuable lessons along the way. Let me share with you the most important realizations I've had during this process. Lesson number 1, slow and steady wins the race. I had to completely realign my expectations with reality. Initially, I thought I'd integrate AI seamlessly into my business processes within a few weeks. And boy, was I wrong. By adjusting my mindset, I was able to refine my timeline to be more realistic about AI integration, purposefully postpone other projects my team and I had planned so that I could focus on this one massive transformation, reduce my stress levels because I was no longer frustrated about not seeing immediate results based on my unrealistic expectations. Lesson number 2, AI isn't Google. It's more like a new team member. I had assumed I would be working with an advanced Google-like platform where I would type in questions and get perfect answers. Instead, I discovered something far more valuable. AI functions as an extension of my team. It's a collaborative partner that requires clear communication and feedback, gets better at understanding your specific needs over time, and needs training on your unique business voice and approach. Lesson number 3, AI is surprisingly teachable. Unlike static tools, you can have a full back and forth conversation with AI. You don't have to start from scratch with each prompt or request. You can build upon previous answers by saying things like, I like the content, but the tone is too formal. Can you make it sound more like I'm having coffee with a friend? Or, these are good points, but I need them framed as actionable steps my listeners can implement today. This is too generic. Please rewrite it using my STOP methodology and include examples specific to service-based business owners. Great start, but can you add a personal touch that acknowledges the emotional challenges business owners face with this issue? This isn't quite right. Let me explain my approach differently. And then I further explain with more context, more explanation. And then I say, now try again based on this new information. These are just a few examples of real back and forth conversations that I've had with AI, trying to teach it, get more clear with my requests, and giving more context so that it can give me exactly what I'm looking for. Guess what? AI is not a mind reader, just as your team members are not mind readers. And so it does take back and forth collaboration to really nail down something that AI can give to you that is incredibly valuable and unique to you, your voice, your business. Are you finding yourself frustrated with AI tools before really understanding how to use them properly? Well, that is exactly what happened to me. I'm going to share with you a real example from one of my earlier conversations with AI and pull back the curtain on how frustrated I was when I was not getting what I wanted. I was sitting on my couch one Sunday morning, coffee in hand, asking ChatGPT to provide a list of cabinet nominations for the current administration. I wanted AI to put them in a chart with position, name, and current status. Quickly, I realized the list was incomplete. I looked at it and I knew that several people weren't included. When I pointed this out, AI apologized and updated the chart. But it was still missing people. After another correction attempt that still had errors, I found myself typing, "Stop messing around with me. Give me the full list." I am not joking. I literally had exclamation marks in there. I would never speak to a team member this way. But my frustration was revealing something important. AI likes to apologize a lot, but more critically, it's not always accurate. This was a perfect reminder that we should never take AI's word as the absolute truth, but instead verify the information it provides. I actually felt bad for how I had spoken to AI, and then more calmly asked, how come there were so many omissions? What did I do wrong to not get a complete list the first time around? The response? More apologies, but no real answer to my question about how I could improve my prompting. Even after multiple attempts, including asking it to add images to the chart, it kept continuing to make errors. The big lesson here? AI is not always correct. So verify everything against your own knowledge and expertise. I also realized that working with AI has become a surprising way to practice communicating clearly what I need and maintaining respectful dialogue even when frustrated. Sounds a lot like leadership development, doesn't it? Those early frustrations and lessons were absolutely worth pushing through because of the benefits I anticipate for my business. Even in these early stages, I can already see the potential positive impacts. Here's what I believe committing to this process will do for my business. Benefit number 1, enhanced efficiency that will create more time. The most immediate benefit I anticipate is how AI will make many recurring tasks significantly easier and faster. For example, the podcast scripting process will transform from a 2 to 4 hour process into a streamlined collaborative session with AI, cutting my preparation time by 50%. By using AI to extract key insights from my podcast transcripts, my team will create cohesive marketing content across all channels in a fraction of the time, maintaining my voice while eliminating redundant work. My marketing manager will spend 75% less time screening podcast guest applications, as AI will pre-sort and shortlist candidates based on our specific criteria and audience needs. And this is just a few examples of the efficiency I see coming in one specific area of my business, podcasting. I want you to think about where in your business you invest the most amount of your time. Could integrating AI help you reclaim that time for other high-value, high-impact tasks and activities? Or maybe you need to reclaim time so that you can be home for dinner and not work the weekends. Benefit number 2, higher quality content through collaboration. I believe I work best when I bounce ideas off someone else. This is literally how I have developed my team over the years. AI will become another extension of that. It will become the always available thought partner that helps me expand initial ideas into fully developed concepts, see approaches and angles I might otherwise miss, refine my strategies through back and forth dialogue before sharing them with my team or clients, maintain my authentic voice while enhancing clarity and impact. The result won't be AI-generated content. It will be my content, elevated through strategic collaboration. Benefit number 3, unlocking my team's zone of genius. With increased efficiency, we will be able to serve more people and deliver more high-value content while allowing each person on the team to work more often in their unique zone of genius. For example, my content manager will spend less time on repetitive tasks and more time developing creative strategy that drives business growth. All reduce hours spent on podcast episode creation and preparation, giving me more capacity for high-impact work where my direct expertise makes the biggest difference in the business. My executive assistant will craft on-brand professional email responses in a fraction of the time using AI assistant, freeing her to focus on projects that help move the business forward and can't be handled by AI. When everyone on your team can focus more time on what they do best and only they can do, not AI, the entire business elevates, and that's exactly what I expect to happen in mine. Benefit number 4, bandwidth for new revenue opportunities. Perhaps the most exciting is how AI will create space for us to take action on additional ideas and projects that can generate new revenue streams. These are ideas that have been on my someday list, including live in-person events that allow me to connect and serve clients face-to-face, content repurposing that will turn my existing intellectual property into new digital products, business mastermind groups where I can facilitate growth for multiple business owners simultaneously. By automating and streamlining our routine operations, AI will give us the bandwidth to pursue these growth opportunities that have remained just out of reach due to time constraints. Benefit number 5, staying ahead of the technology curve. There is no denying that technological advances are the future, and AI is part of that. I am also interested and have been diving into for several years how Web3 and cryptocurrency will change small business in the future. So for me, AI is part of the journey to stay not only current, but ahead when it comes to technology that will affect business. And lastly, the unexpected benefit, leadership growth. Working with AI has so many parallel lessons with business leadership. The importance of clear communication, providing specific, actionable feedback, being able to pivot when you're not getting the results you desire, trusting your own judgment over, in this case, AI's suggestions, playing the long game by investing time to train and develop, evaluating ROI based on strengths and weaknesses. I have so many ideas of how I can use AI to add even more value to my clients that I would not have otherwise had the capacity to do without it. In fact, once I have used AI to streamline the recurring tasks already in the business, this area of using AI is what excites me the most. The efficiency gains and quality improvements I anticipate make it clear that pushing through the initial learning curve will be absolutely worth it. And that's why I want to encourage you, no matter where you are in your AI journey. Whether you haven't started yet or you're struggling with implementation, I have some practical advice that might help. Start small and let it build. Integrating AI doesn't have to be a huge, intimidating task. It can start with something as simple as using ChatGPT to draft a tricky email or brainstorming ideas for your next blog post. These small steps are where momentum builds. Embrace imperfection and learning. Give yourself permission to experiment and make mistakes. Early on, I realized the real growth came from accepting imperfections, adjusting my expectations, and staying curious. You don't need to master AI overnight, you just need to get started. What's one area in your business that consistently drains your time and energy? Could that be where your AI journey starts? Focus on practical, high ROI tasks first. Start where you'll see immediate value. For me, that was marketing and podcast content creation, areas closely tied to revenue. Identify one high-impact task in your business where AI can genuinely save you time, then build confidence from there. AI is a collaborative partner, not a replacement. If you're hesitant because you think AI might dilute your voice or brand authenticity, I get it. I felt that way too. But here's what I learned. AI became my collaborator, an extension of my creativity, helping me refine ideas and deliver more value. It doesn't replace you. It enhances your capabilities. The time and effort will pay off. Yes, using AI effectively takes persistence, some upfront investment, both time and probably money. But imagine what your business could look like once recurring tasks are automated, freeing you up to innovate, create, and serve more deeply. That's what's keeping me going, knowing the investment is worth it. I hope these practical starting points help you take action because the potential benefits for your business are too significant to ignore. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this final thought. Here's what I want you to remember about my AI journey so far. It wasn't perfect, wasn't always easy, but it was absolutely been worth it. I started where many of you are right now, hesitant, overwhelmed, and unsure if AI could really help my specific business. I worried about everything from data privacy to whether AI would somehow make my work less authentic or valuable. By taking a strategic, intentional approach, starting with education, creating my AI implementation parking lot, and focusing first on areas with highest potential of ROI, I've been able to navigate the learning curve and start seeing real benefits. Yes, there were frustrations along the way, lots of them. I had to adjust my expectations, learn to communicate effectively with AI as a collaborative partner, and accept that verification of everything is always necessary. And I'm still learning every day. The payoff, though, I anticipate will be greater efficiency, higher quality content, and the ability to serve more people while allowing my team to work in their zone of genius. I'm excited about all the ways AI will help me deliver even more value to my clients that wouldn't be possible otherwise. Remember, integrating AI into your business isn't about replacing what makes you unique. It's about enhancing your capabilities so that you can focus more on the work that truly matters. Whether you start with drafting emails, brainstorming content ideas, or streamlining your systems, the key is simply to begin. Your AI journey won't look exactly like mine, but I hope sharing my experience helps you take the first step with more confidence and clarity. Because the truth is, while it might feel challenging at first, the potential impact on your business is too significant to ignore. AI integration might seem intimidating now, but remember that every business evolution starts with a single step. The key is to begin where you are, with the tools you have access to now. Are you ready to take that first step? I have loved having you listen to this episode of the Small Business Straight Talk podcast, and I sure hope you found today's episode of me pulling back the curtains to be valuable and inspiring you. No change, no change. Without taking action, nothing will change for you or your business. So, take action today. Here's my challenge. This week, spend just 15 minutes exploring one AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude. Choose a specific small task in your business. Perhaps it's drafting a client email or brainstorming content ideas, and see what happens. Then I would love to hear from you. Send me a DM on Instagram at Amber_De La Garza, letting me know one thing that surprised you about your experience. And before we close out, I want to invite you to work with me. If you're looking for a business coach that will help you manage your time, create more efficiency, make a new hire, reduce the stress and overwhelm of running a business, or be your strategic partner in business decisions, then I think we should talk. Schedule a discovery call so that we can discuss partnering together to get you unstuck, reduce stress, and determine a clear path to increase profits. Head on over to learn more about working with me to amberdelagarza.com. Again, to find out more about working together and scheduling a discovery call, head on over to amberdelagarza.com. And if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss another episode. And if you've enjoyed today's episode and you think that it will help another business friend that's been talking AI to you, then be sure to share it with them. So that's my Straight Talk for today. Until next time, have a productive week.